the single reviewers, put your hands up. Yep, shockingly enough, I'm single. But I may have given you the idea that even though I'm single, I've grown up and moved away from the dating sims of my youth. I haven't. Dating sims will probably always be a part of my life, even if I do end up with a real guy. Bad fucking chance of that, though. Now you may be wondering, why didn't you do a dating sim review for Valentine's Day? Because I didn't have the idea to do it before Valentine's Day. Disappointment can be a great inspiration, so I'm very inspired because Valentine's Day 2016 was one of the worst days I've had this year. And no, it wasn't because I didn't have a date, that was a given. The day started out with my phone being broken, but it still could have been saved. A new game was coming out that day, Asagao Academy, a dating sim starring the reviewers from Normal Boots. Yes, including JonTron. And while I was sure the game would probably be more a comedic visual novel than a serious dating sim, I was still fucking hyped. And I knew it would make one hell of a fun livestream. But on that day, I went to the Asagao Academy Twitter page and discovered the game had been delayed. Delayed! The game wasn't finished. I would have to wait. But I was still determined to play some kind of dating sim. I had to, for the day of love or whatever, and this is what I played instead. Hatoful Boyfriend. It was on sale for $3. Yes, I actually paid money for this game. That's why I'm reviewing it, to justify the loss of that $3. Now, my first impression of this game was harsh, to say the least. I admit it was because I was in a bad mood over Asagao Academy, because I promise you, no matter what my verdict on this game turns out to be, it is not a worthy replacement for the chance to hang out with the Normal Boots guys. But I digress. Hatoful Boyfriend is a dating sim, but it's not just any dating sim, no. It's a dating sim about birds. No, not that bird, he might have made it better, to be honest. By birds, I mean pigeons. Like regular-ass pigeons that you might see outside if you ever bother going out there. This game was made by Pigeonation Inc. It's a remake or successor to manga artist Hatomoa's game of the same name that she made as an April Fool's joke in 2011. The joke isn't so funny anymore, Hato. But the pun in the game's title might be good for a laugh. Hato means pigeon in Japanese, and Hatoful is a play on the word heartful, but the Japanese pronunciation is phonetically identical to hurtful, so let's go with that. Look, the game's a parody of otome games. Fine. And the birds are just pictures of birds that stay the same throughout the entire game. Fine. But you play as a human girl. Why the fuck can't I play as a bird? For real. Let me play as a bird. Maybe then I can fly away from all this shit. Let me pick my bird avatar. It's this thing. Big as a fucking battleship. I won't even fit in the school. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yes, you go to a school in this game. St. Pigeonation's Institute. Also, it's the year 2188. Also, you live in a fucking cave. You're the only human going to this school for birds that can all talk because evolution or some shit, I don't know. And I wasn't really paying attention, but I guess the birds are human-sized? Or not. Fuck it. Either way, my standards are too high for any of them. My standards are also too high for the lame-ass looped music in this game. Seriously, do yourself a favor and mute that shit. Of course, the game is more a visual novel than a straight-up dating sim. You just make decisions throughout the game that change the path of the story and what bird you'll end up with. And you may be thinking, I definitely don't want to fuck birds. I'll play along with the story and just see where it goes without getting a bird friend. See what I did there? But no, sorry fucker. If you let your heart stray from the bird path, you're fucking dead, kiddo. I'm not joking. Some bird dudes from some secret organization will say that you're not a worthy ambassador between bird and humankind, and they'll send fucking bird ninjas to murder you.
I just heard something. What? Ninjas? They fucking birds! I was murdered by birds.
So you gotta pick some birdie. Which do you like? The childhood friend, the teacher, gross, the school doctor, even more gross, the asshole's charming brother, the bookworm, the otaku, or this bird that is just a fucking bird obsessed with pudding. And don't let those anime portraits when you first meet them fool you. That's the only time you see those. Besides, they're just there for fan art purposes, I'm sure. I'm seeing a lot of potential for a human mod here. I'm kidding, no one is that desperate. Actually, all joking aside, the game is humorous, and you'll find it has plenty of content if you go through all the different routes. There's even a route that explains how talking birds came to be and all that, but I won't spoil it. The characters all have unique personalities, and it's pretty well written. You know, if it weren't for the whole birds thing, this would almost be a totally normal dating sim. But the birds are the whole point, and the only reason why this game has risen above other otome games is because of its ridiculous concept. It even got a PS4 port last year. I'll admit, it's a decent parody of otome dating sims. If you know them well, you'll get a few laughs out of it, and if you're unfamiliar with them, it might even be a fun way to introduce yourself to the genre. The only problem is, aside from this game, there aren't that many otome dating sims on Steam. I guess they have a better home in Japan, and most of those games never get released in English. And a good portion of the ones that are on Steam are either not very good or pretty expensive. But if you're actually hoping to play a half-decent dating sim and you're broke, I'll throw out a couple recommendations just for the hell of it. Any of Pactus's later games will do. They're a bit formulaic, and you shouldn't get too excited about any new ones because I'm pretty sure she's retired from making them, but they're a fun time waster. And if you want one with voice acting, try Seduce Me the Otome. It's free on Steam. Just be warned, there's a lot of repeated dialogue, and it's been self-rated as PG-16. Oh, and by the way, I better not see anyone in the comments calling me a pervert because I know dating sims. Go tell it to someone with dignity and good taste. We're done here. So I recommend this game if you're looking for something humorous to occupy your time with. Or if you were actually hoping to play a pigeon dating sim at some point in your life. But if you're looking to buy a real otome game, save your money for Seduce Me to the Demon War. Or, you know, Asagao Academy's gonna be free. If it ever fucking comes out. I'm not bitter. Anyway, I guess you could consider this review to be my early April Fool's prank / excuse to talk about dating sims. Whatever. So if you want to see what's next, subscribe, and the next review will be posted soon. I promise. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.